Dave Ramsey. Pay off your mortgage. Praise the Lord. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I finally gotta give old Dave Ramsack his due, because for the longest time, I have roasted this absolute, not a clown, okay, maybe he is a clown, but I've roasted this guy over and over and over again about many things. His mutual funds that he loves, just buy stocks that go up, mutual funds that go up a lot, financial advisors. But there's one thing that he has said in the past that has actually been correct, because now financial conditions have changed. Dave Ramsey can be right, but he is not always right, and you have to be very careful what this man tells you. Now, what am I talking about specifically? Well, there are some things in his baby steps, these are the steps you take to achieve financial freedom, that I have criticized pretty significantly. One of the bigger ones is baby step 6. Pay off your home early. Now, why did I criticize this? Well, Dave Ramsey thinks you should take out a 15-year mortgage instead of a 30-year mortgage to save on interest, which, yes, while you do save on interest, the total cost that you pay when you adjust for inflation isn't that much different. But it is true, you pay less absolute amounts of interest when you take a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage. But the main thing that Dave Ramsey also said that really pissed me off was that you should pay down your mortgage. So here's a little article from his website. Many people hang on to their mortgage instead of paying it off early because they're convinced they will get a tax advantage. So you do get to deduct mortgage interest as an itemized deduction on your tax return if you itemize, which I find it hard to believe that most people itemize now, especially with the standard deduction being so high. But theoretically, yes, you get a tax benefit if you itemize, because you can deduct mortgage interest. Back in the day, it made absolutely 0 cents to pay off your mortgage. Why is that? Well, mortgage rates now are pretty freaking crazy. This is a 30-year fixed, 8.096%. Oh my God. Mortgage rates have gone through the roof because the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, and that kind of ripples through the economy and lifts interest rates for everything. And what this does is it's going to really slow down purchases of homes. Let's think about this. What is your future expected return in the stock market? Historically, it's been 10%. Okay, that's the past. Is that going to happen in the future? I don't know. Maybe the stock market does 12% in the future. Maybe it does 15% compounded in the future. But by paying off a mortgage that has an 8% interest rate, that is a guaranteed return. By making extra payment, every extra payment you pay reduces the interest that you pay, because you pay interest on the outstanding mortgage balance. And by making an extra payment, that payment reduces the outstanding mortgage balance, and therefore you pay less interest. It is actually, in my opinion, if you have a mortgage right now and it's 8%, I actually think that you may want to consider putting some extra money down on your mortgage, because that is a guaranteed return. The stock market is not guaranteed. Historically, it's gone up, the S&P 500, at least 10% compounded, or 11% compounded, whatever the number is, over the last couple of decades. Pretty impressive returns. That doesn't mean the future is going to be like that. As a matter of fact, I'm planning personally for roughly a 6% return before inflation in the stock market. That's just my personal metric that I use to prepare for the future. That's why I try to save a lot of money. But when it comes to the future, you got to be careful. Why would you take a potential future return that is roughly in line, at least on historical standards, with a mortgage, when you could get a guaranteed return by paying less interest at an 8.909% rate? It actually makes sense. Now, I think what Dave Ramsey was doing, so back in the day, mortgage rates used to be high. I guess when he was growing up, they used to be crazy freaking high. And then we had a bunch of rate cuts and mortgages dropped very significantly, okay? As a matter of fact, when I purchased my home for roughly $250,000, I got a 2.89% interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage. That is a mortgage payment of roughly $1,039 before property taxes and insurance. If you change that to 8%, it goes up to $1,834. That is an insanely high payment, okay? Now, you may want to hold on and hopefully rates drop and you can refinance. But if that doesn't happen, you don't want to be paying 8% interest. Okay, you want to get rid of that pretty quickly. I don't think you should only put all your money in your home. I think you should maybe even follow his baby steps a little bit more, save 15% into retirement. That makes sense to me. But you should also maybe start paying off your mortgage, which is a guaranteed return. So Dave Ramsey, okay, you know what, man? I will give you this. Even though you were telling people to pay off their mortgages with a 2.89% interest rate, which made absolutely no sense. Now, because times have changed, and I'm adaptable at least, you're not, you actually make a lot more sense. So congratulations, Dave Ramsey. You get a fluff video. How do you feel about that? Cheers! Check out the pinned comment below and join our Discord community where you can ask me questions directly via text. And if you sign up for the highest tier, you can actually meet me in person every 2 weeks. So check out the pinned comment, join the Discord community, and let's make some money.